everyone. Welcome to the Autodesk Developer Summit of GDC 2025. Thank you for being here. I know there's a lot going on at the show, so thank you for choosing to spend the next hour with us. A couple of things before we begin. We will have a Q&A section at the end of the presentation. There are 2 mics standing in the aisles, so when we get to Q&A, feel free to line up behind the mic and ask your question. If you have your cell phone on you, which I assume most of you do, just put it in Do Not Disturb. And let's get this afternoon started. So our next speaker has years of experience in DCC and engine tool development and pipeline management in games. She leads an incredible team at LightSpeed Studios focused on building art production pipelines. So over the next hour, she'll dive into how they're using flow production tracking, formerly ShotGrid, and some in-house tools like Lightpipe and Lightbox. So please join me in welcoming to the stage from Lightspeed Studios, senior technical artist Chun.
Okay, hello everyone. It's been a great honor to represent Lightspeed Studios on the Autodesk forum at GDC this year. And my name is Chunyi Liu, and I'm one of the technical artists in Lightspeed Art Department. I'm mainly responsible for building and deploying some game art-related tools for pipeline. And as you can tell from the slide put up here, I will be spotlighting just some of the tools that can be used to make art creation and ideation easier. I also lead the development of Lightpipe and the Lightbox, which are some infrastructures for our pipeline toolset that we use for different multiple projects in Lightspeed Studios. But firstly, let me formally introduce the Lightspeed Studios to you all. We are a leading global game developer with over 50 games under our belt so far. You might have heard of our biggest hit, the PUBG Mobile, that we co-developed with Krafton Inc. We have 4 billion registered users worldwide and have teams across China, Singapore, South Korea, the US, the New Zealand, and among other locations. And our team, Lightspeed Art Department, is composed of some dedicated artists who focus on researching the latest trends and cutting-edge technologies to support our games, to improve the quality of art design. And we cover a wide range from FPS to mobile, from photorealistic to anime. The technical artist team provides technical support throughout the project life cycle. For example, like setting some quality benchmarks early and streamline the resource production midterm, and also optimize the performance late stage for an ideal balance of both visuals and efficiency. We work across time zones and geographics, which means that we need a robust workflow that prioritizes efficiency. And we found that the best way to do that was to build the tools and pipelines that offer best serve to our teammates. So for the next 20 minutes, I will be sharing the details of 2 of our self-developed products with you guys. Both aim to specifically serve the game art production pipeline. The first one is Lightpipe, which is a solution of art pipeline, including a standalone desktop for managing our tasks and assets for artists. The second one is Lightbox, which we use for developing and distributing, deploying some tools and DCC plugins. And the last followed by a brief look at what inspired us to develop these tools in the first place. Okay, so before I begin, I would like to clarify with everyone our definition of pipeline. Actually, pipeline is a very large topic. It covers many areas of game development, including but not limited to game design, the asset production, asset review, task management, etc. In order to make it more convenient for our artists and producers to understand the concept of pipeline and define the entry points of our work, we have abstracted the pipeline into the following 4 module dimensions. The first one is task layer, which focus on some task decomposition, management of the upstreaming and downstreaming relationship between tasks, and also collaboration and review with outsourcing team, status transition, etc. At asset layer, we pay special attention to the storage location of resources and as the association between the storage and task fields, which is essential for seamless automation between the asset and the tasks. And at the tool layer, we keep an eye on the production and manufacturing tools needed for each task step. We also focus on some tools that helps to make the information flow smoothly. The last one is data layer, and in this level, we will do some data statistics and review, and we will also carry out some retrospective analysis. In this way, future pipeline operations can be made more efficient with the help of historical data. Okay, and here I would like to emphasize that we are using the flow production tracking, which used to be known as ShotGrid, as a core solution on our task layer. We have implemented a two-way sync mechanism to maintain the consistent data between the flow production tracking and other platforms. So when it comes to flow through, it primarily handles the full life cycle asset management, including the asset entity tracking and pipeline step control and version iteration records. The system natively supports some crucial data types like user permission record, user permission groups, asset category, task, etc. And our Arch project managers leverage its custom entity functionality to extend this data structure based on some specific project needs. And from my technical arts perspective, Flow's open API really give us some distinct advantages. For instance, within Maya or Unreal, we can directly access some technical specifications for current tasks and automatically sync the review notes into their DCC. And this deep integration has enabled us to complete several automation works about building connection between the pipeline data and the production stage. So the ecosystem of all pipeline tools and services developed by our technical artist team have been formally branded as Lightpipe. Actually, Lightpipe is a solution that we encapsulated for tasks, assets, and review. We cooperate with our art production manager team to help them manage some additional actions. For instance, the task flow system to manage the upstreaming and downstreaming relationship between tasks, and BI system to monitor two crucial aspects: how resources are processing against deadlines, and whether they are staying within the cost budgets. The game projects can also go ahead and customize some of the system. For example, the first one is trigger system. Let us assume that you have finished working on a design task and have changed its task status to finished. The status of the downstreaming task will be triggered to be changed in progress automatically. You can also customize some different complex rules for the trigger system based on corresponding status change updates. And we use the event daemon and webhook to achieve this. And the second one is notify system. You can also customize the notification system. For example, the artist can be sent some message reminders through the communication system if there is a particular entity or a particular task needs their attention, like if an asset needs to be reviewed or is transferred to downstream. And many of our automation tools operate as some code-driven implementations on cloud infrastructure, which limits visual demonstration. Here, I will just showcase some tools with the interface. So let's take a quick look at file system in Lightpipe. Okay, from here. The user interface is in Chinese by default. Apologize for that. We are working to support multiple other languages at the moment. And you can see from this video, the project context is set internally through Lightbox launcher, which I shall introduce later. And you can see all the assets on the screen along with their history, details, and thumbnails on this right part. You can download a specific version or revert to an old version. And using this standalone tool, artists can also view their in-progress and finished tasks and their upstreaming, downstreaming relationships. They can also upload versions here to review and check the review notes. Here in the image, you can see the task name, link entity, pipeline steps, status, related artists like reviewers and assigned to artists, as well as their start date and end date. I also apologize for the bleed portion here, but I'm sure you all know aware of the NDA, which comes with tools like this. Moving on, you can see here the upload version window here in the upper left corner, and you can select the images or videos here to upload for review. And in the upper right-hand corner, you will find the download version window. And users can also leave notes in this window near the bottom and communicate with other teams and users. You can also check the version status through here and double-check if it's pending review, if it's needed to be changed or has already been approved. And these tools establish a streamlined interface between our storage infrastructure and our artist-facing task parameters in flow production tracking, significantly enhancing our system usability and reducing the workflow complexity for our artist and creative teams. Here is a detailed layout of our Lightpipe design. Actually, we have made some code encapsulation so that the system is flexible enough to customize for different game products. And they may choose different solutions for storage or other solutions for task management. So we make some encapsulation here. And the different game projects can combine their file system and the task system to make sure that the new pipeline can get as close as possible to the artist's original workflow. And now let me take you through Lightbox and what makes it tick. So here is a glimpse of some in-house tools in LightSpeed Studios, including our Light DCC linker, which is for synchronizing the animations between Maya, Motion Builder, and Unreal. And the second one is Light Texture. It is for managing our purchased commercial material libraries. And the next is Light Checker. It is for resource inspection to make sure that every asset is valid before importing to game engine. And the last one is Light Motion. It is for better processing the motion capture data. We also have many other self-developed tools that serve various aspects for art production and also accelerating the production as well as enhancing the effects. Okay, so in order to frequently iterate these tools while ensuring both quantity and quality, we must first ensure the smooth operation of the asset production process and enable the artists to give full play to their maximum creativity. To achieve this goal, the primary objective is to ensure that the stability of DCC environment. The content of this diagram shows the life cycle of some 3D-related assets in the CG industrial. Since our tools are all developed and adopted to different DCC versions, different DCC software, so how to manage, develop, and package them efficiently and provide artists to quick access has always been a difficult problem, and our team are working hard to improve the situation. This is also the original intention of our development of Lightbox, We want to develop a platform that can quickly deploy and distribute tools and manage their versions. This platform needs to support, first one, it needs to support the project context, since we have several game projects and they have different DCC needs. And it can also adapt to the production habits of artists across different projects. It should also reduce the technical artists' learning cost, since the technical artists and the technical directors make up the majority of developers. And the last one, it should reduce the maintenance cost for us as administrators. So we have Lightbox now, and it can manage all the DCC plugins, even some Unreal plugins for LightSpeed Studios. Most of them are self-developed by our technical artist team, along with some other open source or some commercial third-party tool applications. To elaborate, Lightbox is a pipeline package management system that we built based on Rez, which is an open source cross-platform package manager with version control. It is the only interface artists need to launch any DCC with no manual configurations needed, and project context and DCC configurations are managed in Lightbox internally. Lightbox also helps with some auto-upgrade detections each time a package is released and launched in Lightbox to make sure that you are always using the latest version or a locked version of your preferred tool. For our developers, it also helps with setting up your development environment in IDE, like in PyCharm or VS Code. During the unit test and the CI/CD workflow, Lightbox leverages the DevOps to make sure that each tool was as clean as possible. Okay, so here is a quick look at what you would say if you open it as an artist. Once you launch the Lightbox, once you launch it, you can select the game project first, and then you select the DCC with its version, and you can have all the tools you need for a specific game project. Here I use the Lightspeed Avatar toolset for the demo showreel. Again, there is no manual configurations needed, no drop-down menus, no combo boxes. Everything is managed internally in the Lightbox configuration package. Okay, here you can see the project configuration in detail. We build our CI, which means continuous integration based on Stream CI. Stream CI is an in-house CI structure. When a package repository is created, you can see there are 3 CI-related YAML files will be automatically set up. You can tell from the first image. And in second image here, there are some details in YAML format, like the resources and environments. We manage our pipeline as code and configs. The third image shows that the whole constructor that steps in CI workflow. When work starts on a new project, the developers need to fill out the THM configuration needed in YAML file format and upload it to the Lightbox Global Project Configuration Repository. Its name is also CFG repository. And we ask all the developers to do this for each project. In this example, you can see that the configuration is for project LPC, which means Lightspeed Public Common Project, thanks to the top section here. And in the blue box, you can see the configuration for Maya, including the Maya version and some Maya plugins and some particular project needs, like some in-house and open source Maya plugins. And in the green box, you will find the configuration in Maya Tony Master, which is an in-house tool for building our haircuts and strands. It is very similar to DCC configuration. Each item is a package with its version or version range. We can also make notes of some weak reference here. You can see that the Maya and Python version here, these two supports, and these two other dependencies. There is a special dependency named Blade Client Reporter here, which is developed by us for sending some logs and reporter for the later data statistics. The configuration system can affect an entire project, a department, or even a specific user, depending on the details of the user request. It has some interweight relationship between the folder structure. So for a user, the toolset he can get when click on the Maya is composed by the global config, then project config, and then user config. And next, Lightbox also provides a way for our developers to access the past version of packages we're using. Simply tapping in the tool name with THM actions in the command prompt. So what is THM? THM is a specific command line tool we developed for developers in Lightbox. It's an abbreviation of TA Hub mainframe. THM can be used to assemble packages, check package versions, check package dependencies, and carry out other developer operations. After checking the versions worked on, the developers can use this information to configure in the tool and pick the version that works best for their artists. And Lightbox also allows both the artists and the developers to set up their environment quickly. Once the developers have cloned their desired repository, Lightbox can help them to open an IDE like PyCharm and ready for their use. Now we have also supported the Windsurf, which is an IDE including some AI Copilot power. So in the IDE launched by Lightbox, as you can see from the video, all packages are set up correctly with all the required packages you have already declared in the package.python file. You can go ahead and download the repo, open the PyCharm.bat, and wait for Lightbox to check for the package updates. And now you are ready to go to code with the Copilot and some package hints. If you want to reference an existing package, you can also use the command line tool to search for them. As I just mentioned, the THM packages to find some specific versions of a package. And in the Lightbox THM development environment, you can use the TOX command, which is a tool for standard testing in Python. And this command can help you to perform some various operations, such as organizing your code structure after coding with Black and isort package, and help you to build a local version for test, and more. So the procedure will be, firstly, set up your environment, and then develop, and then build a test version on your local computer with TOX-E, build text hack version command. And after building a text version, you can also use THM+P with a package name command to assemble actual project environment to see if this package works for you, and to see if there are some conflicts between the packages, or if there are some bugs that needs you to fix. After developing and testing, there are some release steps, most of which have been automatically already. So firstly, you can use the TOX-commit command to assist you to standardizing the format of your commit message, since if you type it manually, it will be some mistakes. And we have some hints, as you can see in the left image here. These hints illustrate the meaning of each commit tab and how it will contribute to the version bumping. After commit and push your change, CI/CD workflow will automatically execute the unit test for the code and bump the version number based on the type of change message. For instance, a fix mark will increment the patch version, and a feed commit will increment to minor version, and so on. So once the build process is complete, CI pipeline can help upload the build package to the cloud storage and send a notification via an instant message, as you can tell from the red image here, to inform the developers that your release has been pushed, and now you can know that, oh, my update is released, and I can tell the artist that he can try again. It is really convenient for our developers. In this way, developers need not to concern themselves with minutiae that related to publishing and version upgrades, allowing them to focus on the future development. And the structure of Lightbox takes care of these intricate steps. So finally, as I mentioned, Lightbox leverage DevOps. Here you can see our structure in detail. We use many in-house platforms in our pipeline, including the UGit for coding. It is an inner Git platform. And we use the Stream CI for building and customizing our continuous integration workflow. And we use Landun, which is for building packages automatically. And we also use the Datatalk, which is an audit log system for data collection and analysis. We also use the Cloud Object Storage as our package storage services. So now, many packages in Lightbox serve as microservices in cloud. So we will also leverage the Kubernetes or other abilities to manage these packages. And our technical artist team leverage these platforms and tools and have successfully built our robust and flexible tool development and deployment pipeline for LightSpeed Studios, which is Lightbox. Once again, all of our Python packages are developed and managed with Rez, R-E-Z, which is an open source package manager with version control. So some of you might be curious about the development process right about now. Let me recap some of our steps. Here I draw an overview of art pipeline. Our game art production pipeline has a lot of different stages, as you can tell, but we roughly divide it into two main modules. The first one is asset management, and the second one is product management. In asset management, we focus on some files, including the meshes, the rigs, the textures, voices, and so on. And we customize the assets metadata and manage them using the ShotGrid. Now it's called the flow production tracking. And in the project management, we use a customized trigger system in Lightpipe to monitor the task processes and send out the remainders. The auto schedule tool also helps the project managers to quickly manage their tasks at the stage. We have also developed an asset checker framework, which I just mentioned as Light Checker, which works pretty well in Maya, 3D Max, Blender, Houdini, and Unreal 5. This framework allows technical artists in different games develop customized checks to make sure that the quality of their assets meets the delivery standards set for different specific projects. And the Lightpipe also supports some customized business intelligence review system for game projects. And for the tool manager, we have Lightbox to help us done with this. We began our journey because we had wanted to build a pipeline that served both for artists as well as art project managers and the developers to speed up our efficiency and standardize our workflow in LightSpeed Studios. And the pipeline needs to be, firstly, user-friendly, flexible, stable, and easy to extend, since we're supporting really several different game products. So in the end, we came up with Lightbox to manage the pro context configurations, to manage all the DCC plugins and all the different tools our artists could use. And we developed the Lightpipe to manage assets and tasks based on flow production tracking, as you can see on this timeline. Nowadays, we have more than 2,000 artists using these two products in Singapore, Japan, and other overseas markets. Some of them are outsourcing team artists, and we are continuously optimizing the user interface and working to streamline the art pipeline as much as we can. So these two products have truly been a team effort. We have had many technical artists and technical directors and project managers working behind the scenes to ensure that we create the better tools out there. And thanks to my team and many others across Autodesk and the LightSpeed Studios. So thank you so much for letting me share what we have done with you today.